Okay, I'm not going to hang about. Right, focus. Hello! Right, good. Hopefully I'm audible. Hopefully the game's audible. And the game is visible. There we go. Boom. Yeah, I mean, pretty much there, Joshua Wizard. I was just pretty much just saying YouTube in order to test the chat. I'm noticing that the chat font is way bigger than it needs to be. Never played a single Doom. Oh well, thanks for showing up anyway. This is Doom 64. I mean, it's certainly one you could start with. It's not an obvious choice. Yeah, absolutely you should. Like, it's really good. Now, I think I had like a scale or something. That's on this once upon a time to make the text a little bit smaller. I can't remember what I did. I'm just going to figure that out while we're hanging out. Yeah, you should absolutely play Doom. You should start with the Ultimate Doom. It is the Ultimate Doom. Okay. Let's see. Well, that should work. I feel like you mentioned a version I shouldn't start and yeah. No, that's very true. That was that would have been SNES Doom. Right, we have lost the chat. Now I'm going to test the chat again. The chat is back, but it's still too big. Yeah. No, I mean, I kind of suck at FPS too, to be honest, but I have a good time. It's not really... it's just about having a good time. Where's the, like... global settings? No. Message styling. No. Oh, here we go. No, that would have been it. That would have been it. Scale! We scaled it. Boom. Small font. Let's go. 2D platformers and turn-based RPGs where I play anything as long as it is fun. Let me tell you, Doom is fun. Doom is like crazy fun. It's aged incredibly well. There's never been a point in history that Doom wasn't a great time. Just ever since its inception, it's just as fun as it was when it first came out. Maybe kind of more so for single player because you don't have to faff around so much buying a really expensive PC to play it. Back when Doom came out, PCs were not cheap. That's why there were so many ports of it. That's why all of the ports sold incredibly well. You absolutely can play the SNES version. Don't. Just grab yourself a source port and play through the original and have a great time. I recommend it. So this is Doom 64. If you've been following the channel for a little while, I started the channel way back when, nearly 2 years ago, doing SNES Doom. This channel exists because I bought Doom for the SNES and then thought, why did I buy Doom for the SNES? I need to tell somebody about Doom for the SNES. So I started a YouTube channel in order to talk about SNES Doom. Then here we are 2 years later, we're still going. Now, last year, to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of the channel, I uploaded a video that was about Doom 2. And I played through Doom 2 on the Wii, as one might. is definitely something you can do. And then I was thinking what to do next. And well, obviously, the next thing you do after Doom 2 is obviously Doom 64. Because we don't talk about Doom 3. Doom 3 is fine, it's just not the same. It's not the same kind of thing. This should have been Doom 3, but id didn't want it to be called Doom 3 because this was developed by Midway, I want to say. Kind of with id's blessing, effectively, and id wanted to keep the big number 3 for themselves. And they didn't want it to be simply called Doom, because then people would think it was a port of the original port for Nintendo 64. So they called it Doom 64. But then everyone else ruined it by releasing things like Duke Nukem 64, which was a port of Duke Nukem 3D. And yeah. So people still thought that maybe this was like a port of the original Doom for the Nintendo 64, but it's not. It's a whole new game for the Nintendo 64. Yeah, Doom Legacy was the first source port I tried, but that was a long time ago. Oldest FPS I played is Siphon Filter. I don't know what Siphon Filter... Have I heard of Siphon Filter? I don't even know, I couldn't tell you. Doom 3 Shotgun, yes, you could. Okay, fine. So this is Doom 64. And we're on original hardware. Getting this running was an ordeal. The Nintendo 64 doesn't output RGB unless you do like hella hacks to your Nintendo 64, and at that point you might as well just stick an HDMI port in it. So this is an unmodified PAL Nintendo 64, so I can't use my scaler thing that only captures RGB. I had to go back to the thing I bought off Amazon when I started the channel, which is a link for SCART to HDMI converter. They don't call it a scaler or anything like that. It's called a SCART to HDMI converter, which obviously doesn't make any sense at all. Completely different technologies, but nonetheless. And it developed a problem. You might have seen it. If you are very eagle-eyed and you watch my wife's Super Metroid video, you'll notice that everything at the sides is wider than everything in the middle of the... No, everything at... Yeah, that's it. Everything at the side is wider, everything in the middle is kind of compressed. So it's kind of, when you move left to right, it looks like you're sort of moving around, kind of like a cylinder, but like inverted. It's horrible. Anyway, I've been playing around with this for hours today. That's why I'm quite excited to finally have this working. This looks fine to me. I found a scaler setting in OBS that kind of compensates for the SCART to HDMI converter being trash. So it looks okay, I think. Right? Given it's made up of bits from Amazon. Mega Man 64 is reported Mega Man Legends, another good example. It was Doom the Absolution, so it was, I think Absolution was the code name, and then the code name got out, and code names, obviously, they don't have anything to do with the end product, because they want to keep what the end product is a secret, so they called it Absolution, while it was in development, and then released it as Doom 64. While we're on Doom, for those who don't know, we lost a gaming legend not too long ago to cancer. Burger Becky Heinemann. If you don't know who she is, look her up, or who she was, I suppose. It's not quite used to her not being around yet. The world is a little bit sadder for having lost her. But she did the port of Doom to the 3DO. And that's why, coming into this, if you got here while it was waiting for the stream to start, you heard music from the 3DO version of Doom. That's because from now on I'm not going to be able to play Doom without thinking of Burger Becky, and she was a gaming legend in terms of competitions and development, and you should really check her out if you don't know who she was. So let's play Doom, or let's try to, because we are on a Nintendo 64 controller, and I've had a quick look at the control options, and I think all of them are terrible. So let me just check something here. The default controls Right, left, forward. Okay, Z to attack, fine. Fine. Then it's L to strafe left and R to strafe right. But still Z to fire? So how on this controller do you get to L and R and Z? So that's unusable. So we'll try... All of these are bad, I think. Yeah, basically all of them except this one use the control stick for forward, back, left and right. So we kind of just have to deal with that, I think. But this one looks like the most usable is 3, where you've got the C buttons to strafe left and right. Okay, so my aim's going to be horrible, but that looks borderline playable. What do you think, Minerva? Are we going to play some Doom 64? How's it going to go? Yeah, sure. Yeah, like 3DO Doom like did suck, but it was made in like a week or something. Right. Now. Yeah, you would not for Doom 64 on original hardware. Doom 64 on the Switch and on modern consoles, like modern Night Dive Studios release of it, is much better than what we're doing now. Yeah. Minerva's like, why are you doing this? Alright. So, Bring It On or I Own Doom? Because I do own Doom. Literally got a copy of it on my shelf. But I am also playing this with a Nintendo 64 controller, so I think we'll probably have a bad time. Yeah, Night Dive Studios have made loads of like really cool ports. Okay, yep, as predicted, this is fairly horrible to control. Did not expect to already be being shot in the first room. Hopefully you can hear the game. Berserk, okay, that helps. Yeah, man, moving and turning with the same thing is just not natural. Yeah, okay, so we're already off to quite a bad start here. It is dark. It's dark on my TV as well. Like, this is nothing to do with capture or whatever. This is just what it looks like. And I think already we're seeing that we're going to have a bad time if we try and play this on I Own Doom. So let's drop the difficulty down a little bit and we'll try our best with what we've got. Bring it on. Okay, I'm kind of disappointed in Nintendo a little bit with the controls for Metroid Prime 4 on the Pro controller, because I like motion sensor aiming. It's a good thing. But when you're just moving around, it's so fiddly. And so easy to like activate by mistake and stuff. I think it's best on something like the you ever use the Steam controller? Because that thing's cool. The original Steam controller from like years ago, you could set control schemes where it would do the motion controls, but only if you had your thumb on the pad for aiming, or if you were lightly pulling the trigger or something like that, which makes a lot of sense. The Metroid Prime having it always be on is kind of a shame. Oh, can we get there in time? Okay, cool. Okay, we're off to a good start. We found the chainsaw. I don't know this game, by the way. I'm finding secrets just because I've played Doom. My opinion on Metroid Prime 4? Great. I wish Miles McKenzie went in it. I've not done much though. I've done I've only played like the first boss or something. I did spend quite a long time looking into whether I could stream Metroid Prime 4, but I decided not to in the end, because to do so I would have to play it in, what was it, 60 Hertz, 4K and no HDR. And the HDR on it looks really nice. Like, Nintendo's really, for the first time, they've figured out HDR and it looks great in Metroid Prime 4. And I kind of want to enjoy the game, so I'm not streaming it, sorry. Unfortunately, my capture device doesn't pass through HDR. Yeah, Miles is fine, but the hand holding is obnoxious. I don't know. I'm going to part blame Arlo, I think, because I watched Arlo's video about Miles before I played the game. And if you watch Arlo's video about Miles, he's presenting very much kind of the worst of it, I think, to make the point, which is fine, that's what you do on YouTube. But that could well then colour your experience when you go into the game. So, yeah, I don't know. I really dislike him, but how much am I, like, just Arlo-brained? I couldn't say. Oh, okay, it's a TV thing. Okay. I like Mackenzie, I'm alone on that. Yeah, fair. There is no Marvel humour. Okay. I don't really know Marvel, so I don't know if he's correct on that point. The problem they've got is, and where I kind of agree with Arlo, is that whether it's just you call it Marvel humour or something else, the kind of, at the start of the game he goes, I might be lost on this planet, but at least I'm not in the cubicle next to Jim, so win? And that doesn't work for me. It's a bad cheesy joke, whatever. It doesn't work for me at that point in the game. But there are other games that have managed to be quite serious and atmospheric and still introduce characters later on that bring a bit of levity to it, right? And I think it could... Is this going to work? Okay, you have to press them both together. Yeah, but they turn up later in the game. The problem with Miles Mackenzie is that they've got him as comic relief and the tutorial. I think he would be really, I'm going to say basically fine, if he was one or the other. Because I think later on in the game, once the atmosphere's been established and once you're kind of more comfortable and confident roaming around the world, having someone coming in and like cracking jokes and stuff, I think would be fine. I think it would be pretty fun at that point. Once you're kind of getting into the mechanics of the game a bit more, you know what you're doing, blah blah blah. At the start of the game, I find it too jarring because you're just plopped on this planet. You're just trying to get a feel for the atmosphere and for where you are, not just in terms of the environment, which is gorgeous, but also just sort of the controls and stuff like that, and actually playing the game. And there comes this guy making jokes, and I don't think it works. But that's my opinion. I don't think anyone's wrong for liking him. Of course not. And I've noticed, review-wise, he has been kind of divisive. Did you just scan me? What did it say? Is fine. Yeah, like that's a little better. I'm looking forward to getting to the point where he disappears, though. Honestly, because I had the worst possible introduction to him, really, which was the Arlo video. Which is my fault, it's not Arlo's. So I need a red key for there, so... Oh, this is red. The dude's gonna come out? Oh wow, this chain gun is amazing! That's really satisfying. I like that a lot. That feels good. Yeah, but I think they could have introduced Miles McKenzie better by having him later on in the game. That's what I think. I'm not one of those who thinks that like Metroid games shouldn't have voice acting. I think they absolutely should. I think it would be nice for Samus to have a friend. Okay, what's the puzzle here then? Because I haven't got the key, it just moved, right? Over there now. Oh, okay. Ow. Right. Not a fan of that game design, I've got to say. That's cool. This game goes for a bit more of the kind of horror vibe, doesn't it? With the sort of more ambient backing. Yeah, I like Arlo's content as well, and yeah, he probably does need to chill. I really do like him in this stuff, though. He's a lot of fun to watch. I don't like that Samus doesn't talk. Yeah. Wish Samus had some good voice acting. Yeah. The other thing, right? I was looking at, you know, like Portal 2. And kind of they made Chell completely silent in that, and then kind of made like a joke of it, you know. Like at the start when Wheatley just says like, gets you to say something, and you press a button, and he goes, "No, well that's jumping." I think this was the way, isn't it? This looks blue. And that's really fun, and they've kind of alluded to it in the Half-Life series as well, like Gordon Freeman being a silent protagonist. But Nintendo doesn't do that with Samus. She just is silent, and it's just never remarked on, really. Or maybe it is, because I haven't played through much of Metroid Prime 4 yet. But I think, yeah, I agree. I'd really like Samus to have like a properly good voice actor. Ooh, supercharge. I think there should be more back here though, right? I haven't played Jak and Daxter games, that sounds fun though. Okay. Oh, why would you do that? Yeah, well, I got the key card. I do question some of the design choices in this game as regards the traps. What line did Samus have in Dread? I can't remember. I don't remember her having a line in Dread. Dread was peak for sure, though. I really do want to replay Dread at some point. Okay, so the red key card. Oh. There is a map, but is it that button? No, wait. That's the button. Not the best map. Okay, well here anyway. Oh, I see. Yeah, that one got me. Oh yeah, this does things. So original Doom doesn't do stuff like this. They put a lot more environmental like stuff in the engine in Doom 64 to like do cool stuff like this. I still prefer the level design of the Ultimate Doom though. Metroid Doom crossover when? I remember this discussion when Metroid Prime came out. I remember arguing with someone at university, because I'm that old, if Metroid Prime is a first-person shooter or not. I was like, it's not, it's an adventure game, it just happens to be from the first-person perspective. And my friend's like, but you've got a gun and you're shooting it from a first-person perspective. I'm like, yeah, but it's not a first-person shooter though. So that's some harmless discourse you can have if you want. Is Metroid Prime a first-person shooter? Certainly when I was at university I thought it wasn't, but at the time... well, no, I don't know. I mean, at the time we had Half-Life, right? That was the most kind of artsy kind of first-person shooter thing we had, and still very much an action first-person shooter, you know. But there weren't so many sort of first-person walking around simulators as you've got now. Oh, I am getting wrecked in this room. Need to be a bit more careful. Ooh. Can you please not? I'm on 9 health. I did not wish to be shot. I don't like it. Yeah, I feel like we're definitely on the right difficulty setting here. If Metroid Prime is an FPS, then 2D Metroids are run-and-gun games. Kind of. I love Doom 64 for its more atmospheric levels. Yeah, okay. I do as well, although... do you think that the original Doom... Ooh, that's a teleporter. Ultimate Doom and the like might also be really atmospheric, and we were just kind of fooled by the music? Is there a bit in the original Doom where things will jump out and get you? You know, there are dark areas, there are surprises, there's all the same sort of ingredients, but we don't think of it as being an atmospheric game because in the background you've got... which is really cool, but... I suppose play PlayStation Doom is the answer. I wouldn't know how your legend is. I couldn't answer that, but hello. Minerva, please be careful. How do I get up there? There's got to be something in this room. Right? Or this? Yeah, there it was. Minerva, please. I love you so much, but these are Japanese genes. Ooh, secret rockets. I haven't got anything to put them in, but I can just throw them. Stand still, demon! Dude, I've watched all your Doom vids. Oh, thank you. There might be another one coming. Yeah. Okay, we need to go back to the start, don't we? Okay. I think we can get to this way. Yeah, I'm not really an FPS guy generally, but I love Doom. And as I say, it's the reason the channel exists. Happy 32 years of Doom, yeah. Why do I hate Doom 2? I don't hate Doom 2. Mega Man X Finale went good. Finished it. Took a few tries on the last boss. It was, it involved a fair bit of patience. Finishing it off, but good times. We did get there. Yeah, to be clear, I don't hate Doom 2, but I enjoy the Ultimate Doom more, and I'm fiercely critical of things that I love. My wife hates it. That's not true. Happy 32 years of Doom. Top 3 best games of all time? I don't know. Super Metroid, A Link to the Past. And then a third video game. I love Doom, and I've played Doom so many times, and I'll always go back to it. So maybe that gets on the list. Maybe that's number 3. I don't know. Okay. But the Ultimate Doom, not Doom 3. I like this super shotgun though. Thing I like about Doom 64 so far is all the weapons feel incredibly beefy. The best Doom game for me is still the Ultimate Doom. I really enjoyed Final Doom, but you couldn't call it like the best one ever. Like Final Doom is a great time if you're already invested in Doom, and you kind of want to see what level developers can do with the engine once system requirements are no longer a concern and it's kind of well established what it can do and that kind of thing. But I actually quite liked Thy Flesh Consumed as well, I seem to remember. that's it, right? So Doom 2's got some amazing... Best modern Doom is 2016. Doom 2's got some amazing maps, pretty much all at the start of the game. And it's got a lot of maps that are... Well, you've all seen my video. It's got maps that are fun to play sort of on their own. But trying to play through the whole thing as a single player, it really doesn't hold up for that specific purpose. And that's kind of what I was rating it as. And a lot of people, I think, don't really see it as that. I think a lot of people think they see it as that. Yeah. I think it's a pretty common thing to think, oh yeah, Doom 2, Doom 2's awesome, of course it is. But you don't, you just think that because you're remembering, like, the first few levels and tricks and traps, and that's about it. Yeah, there's quite a few Doom games. Hi, the Horror Stream Live. Yeah. Start with the Ultimate Doom then. Because really, in my opinion, and this is probably controversial, and in my experience, which I'm building on now, there are 3 Doom games that matter, and those are the Ultimate Doom, Doom 2, and Doom 2016. And in that order, I would say as well. Nice. Oh, what are you doing? Why are things moving? Okay. At least we're fine for health and armor, I guess. So many games, so little time is correct. Yeah, the level design is what kind of let Doom 2 down a little bit, I think. The reason Doom 2 is great is the modding scene, not the game itself. Okay, the key door's this way. There we go. Could you not? Alright, we did it. I do have a Discord. The Discord is new. It is currently for paid supporters only. So if you'd like access to the Discord, it's very, very cheap. All you got to do is just chuck a little bit of support money towards either the YouTube memberships or the Patreon. That's not to say that won't change. That's just how it is at the moment, while I'm still figuring out what a Discord is. TNT Evolution, I am Plutonia, I've played. I preferred TNT Evolution, which I kind of get the feeling might be controversial, but I really loved that. I had a great time with it. I've only played through each of them once though, and I wasn't exactly... What's hurting me? There you go. I wasn't exactly aiming to be critical, you know? But... No, stop being pointy on the Japanese denim! Oh, I'm sorry you're broke. I make all my video content free to everyone. I decided, like, at the start of the channel I wasn't going to have paid extra video content. but sort of behind the scenesy sort of stuff. Oh, flashy. Epilepsy warning. And Discord is kind of behind the scenesy. Still in development. I don't like it in there. How old am I? Yes. Okay. Something was still shooting at me. There's still one left in here. We did it. Alright, I guess we've got to go into this flashing bit. Yep. Okay. See, that was more nightmare imps than I like to see in one go, but keep a shotgun. Oh, reliable. 50. Dick. I'm not really offended. I am 41 years young. Where am I going here? Huh. "41 is young enough," sure is. I think I know which bit of my setup just switched itself off, and I will fix it. Wouldn't be a stream if stuff didn't break, but at least that one's easy. Something is moving. What is it? Ah. Why do I hate Eternal? Ha ha ha. That is a good question. I tried. Okay, I could do a video on this. I think I have a legit criticism of Eternal, and that is what's meant doing. Why is that going up and down? Shoot it. Yeah. Yeah. My criticism of Eternal. It's too prescriptive. Okay? In Doom 2016, I got the feeling I was making a lot more choices than when I was playing Doom Eternal, because in Doom Eternal, there are specific strategies that work best against specific demons that you've just got to memorize and use. There is an objective best way to approach encounters, and I don't think Doom 2016 had that. Like, take the Arachnotrons, right? In Doom Eternal, you pretty much have to like grapple in and blow up the not grapple, is it? You have to pretty much like use the shotguns secondary fire to explode the guns first and blah blah blah. I can't remember very well, it's been a while since I played it. I want that? Maybe? Ooh. You got a chain gun, okay. Already had a chain gun, but cool. Like, you can probably think of better examples because you've probably played it more recently than I have. I played it on release. I pre-ordered Doom Eternal and played it as soon as it arrived, and very quickly was like, nah. Yeah, sure. Specific weapons being good against specific enemies in itself is fine, but it's not just that. It's a very specific strategy as well for each enemy. They're all different. It's like, I'm not here to learn stuff. I'm here to rip and tear. They overcomplicated it, basically. Just open this. In my opinion, your mileage may vary. Okay. Well, that's not useful. Enjoy quick switching there. It adds something in the process is taken, yeah. You like it? Cool. Great. To me, the reason Doom 2016 was really fun was running really quickly around like tight arenas with little ammo, like trying to scavenge up whatever ammo I could from enemies and stuff like that, and using whichever weapon had ammo in it. Not having a specific strategy against each enemy that was coming up. Whereas in Doom Eternal, I found myself thinking too much. I don't play Doom to think. Obviously, you can tell by how much I'm getting lost in this map. I'm not saying as well that that style of gameplay is inherently bad. It's just that that style of gameplay is what it is, and it doesn't appeal to me. As a long-time fan of Doom. Doom 2016 or Doom 1? Still Doom 1, but 2016 is great. Now we get here. I pressed some more buttons. Surely that must do something. Oh, new bit. I think. Okay. Also, the graphical style of Doom 2016 is super cool. Like, look at those lost souls. How menacing are they, right? Where are we going here? You got the rocket launcher. That's worrying. What's the best version of Doom 1? SNES Doom. Well, they look basically the same, don't they? Hell Knights. The best version of Doom 1 is any source port that runs on hardware that you enjoy running it on. I've played Doom on the SNES Mini, on the Wii, on various portable gaming things, and every time it's been great. PC Ray Traced is... I haven't tried it. I could do. I've got a PC that can do it. Hasn't occurred to me yet. It's a good idea. I should give it a try. But I can't really speak to it. I haven't tried it. But, you know, any of the source ports, you can't really go wrong. I'm not keen on Brutal Doom, personally. I think for the same reason, like I don't like Doom Eternal that much, because I'm kind of a purist. I want Doom to be, and I think Eternal isn't that, and Doom 3 certainly isn't, and I don't think Brutal Doom is either. Doesn't mean it's not cool. Without the reloading. Okay. Okay, we've been up here. Press the button in there. It's too tricksy so far, Doom 64. That button's done something, and now I've got to run through the map and figure out what. My impression of this so far is if you like tricks and traps, you'll love Doom 64. I do like tricks and traps. I do love Doom 64. Not grabbing me as much as the original PC releases, but pretty good so far. Playing controller is just not the best way to enjoy Doom. What's the deal with Brutal Doom, Final Doom, Ultimate Doom? Ultimate Doom is Doom 1 with an additional episode, Thy Flesh Consumed. Brutal Doom is a modded version of Doom that has more kind of quote-unquote realistic weapons. It has a lot of blood, it has reloading weapons and blah blah blah, and stuff like that. It's cool, but it's not quite Doom. Final Doom was effectively 2 extra really long episodes made by which released as a standalone game on PlayStation and as a Doom 2 map pack eventually. And Final Doom's cool. I recommend Final. Okay. There's more guys in here. Does that mean I need to go through here again? Okay. Door. Hop. Bizarre. Going to work out on a stream. Oh, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Okay. This is one of those things where I should definitely be using the map, right? Okay, that's on something somewhere. I think in the Ultimate Doom, and for most of Doom 2, whenever you pull a switch, you pretty much see what the switch does. I think it's quite rare in the original PC releases that you pull a switch and something happens miles away. And that feels like that's what's happening in Doom 64. I don't know that. It sure feels like it. Why haven't I found any more keys? There's a lot of backtracking going on here, and I don't know if it's just because I'm bad. Or because I'm being tricked. And this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know. I think this room's new. Is there a key in here anyway? There's a chainsaw, but I've already got that. I didn't see what was moving there. Yeah, it's the other side of the room somewhere. Okay, we're figuring this out. Like this. Oh, and you expect me to do that with a Nintendo 64 controller, do you? Alright. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, and there we go. Okay. And now we're on the chainsaw. Okay, we did it. Feels in between Doom and Quake, you mean like in terms of like the sort of ambience of it, like how it looks. New? No, of course it's not. That'd be ridiculous. You don't get to go to places. There's no zoom on this map either, is there? Yeah, it is kind of giving Quake vibes, right? Okay. No. Is this a door? Ooh. Is this a door? Hey! Don't attack me, I'm in the map. Okay. That did something. Ow. Hey, stun locking the Cacodemon still works. Where was I? Switch hunting around here, 1/5 the puzzle has been resolved. Oh yeah. You know what I liked that I don't see talked about much anymore? Heretic 2. I think it's caught in like Right's Hell or something like that. It's not been re-released ever. But it's such a good game. There's probably an interview somewhere. Someone must have at some point asked, like, Romero and Carmack their opinion on this. I don't know, I think they were... I also would love to know how hands-on they were with it. Like how involved they were in the development. Because I don't think they actually developed it, but I'm pretty sure they provided some amount of direction. I don't really know. I loved Heretic 2. I got it. I had it on PC back in the day, and it was a great time. It's really good fun. The third-person spell-slinging game in the Quake 2 engine. Really good. And I would love for Night Dive Studios to get their hands on it, and I think I think there's probably a reason they can't, and it's probably licensing something. Okay, well, not here. Oh, maybe we go up here. No, this is very well. Ah! Ah, I say. Changed in here? Yes, of course something's changed in here. Yes, obviously. Why wouldn't it? Ugh. Don't like this map. This map can eat a dick. Cool. Yeah, it was that sort of era, but I think it was PC exclusive. I agree, and I don't think it should just apply to games either. I don't know. I've done a video. I did a video ages ago. One of the older Retro Sofa ones. I've got better at it since. But you can find if you like. Where I talk quite a lot about my views on copyright. And I think they've evolved a little bit since. I think my views have changed a little bit. I'm not as against copyright as I used to be. Because I used to really intensely dislike it. I think art should be free. But that's not the world we live in. We don't live in a utopia where art can just be free and not exploited, unfortunately. Come on. And AI is the proof of that. What I don't like is where we are, where copyright is only enforced for like regular people like us. And if you own a data center, you're pretty much free to put whatever you want in it for your AI. I'm not keen on that. I think if you're going to have a rule, you should apply it. And if I can get a massive fine for downloading a single book, then I think Meta should have to pay for every single book they trained their AI on. That will destroy the AI industry, yes. Oh, you're very kind, thank you. There are parts of there's a lot of that video that I still basically agree with, and I think it's certainly the extension of copyright terms that's happened because Disney were all pretty bad for art and for consumers. Like, it's mad when you think about it that Mickey Mouse only went public domain like nearly 2 years ago. We need a yellow key. But like everything copyright right now is just balanced way too highly in favour of huge corporations. I suppose like everything else. Ow, 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 ow. A lot of discourse of current capitalism going is techno-feudalism. Interesting, but also monopoly economy has been a thing before. What's techno-feudalism? What happens? How do I do that? Why do I not have any weapons? Not my favourite aspect of Doom, that. Here, you died. Let's make the game harder. If I load my save, this might be dangerous. If I load my save, does it include my weapons? How do I load my save? And the password, obviously. Oh. Yep. Okay. That was a faff. I hope that wasn't actually necessary. Because let's be real, it could very well be that I still had all my weapons, but it just never occurred to me to press the weapon switch button. Check. Like, that's entirely possible. Copyright should only last a decade or two at most, and it should expire early if the work isn't being actively published. Yeah, interesting. I think whatever you do with copyright, it's always going to be about balance. There's not necessarily a right answer. It's just going to work for everything, and whatever we do is going to be an approximation, and I think the one that you suggest is better than what we've got. I don't know if it's the right one. I think copyright terms could stand to be a little bit longer than that. Because the other thing I believe in, obviously, is artists and creativity. And creating stuff is hard, and creating something that continues making money for like 40, 50 years is hard and should be rewarded. Should it be rewarded for 50 years, though? I don't know. Yeah. There are loads of these in areas that are really too tight to use the rocket launcher. There we go. Whew. Hence. I'm a very old Doom person. Yeah. Doom going open source was great, and the way that it has always encouraged people to mess with their games is really cool. And they've sort of gone out of their way to make them accessible to everyone on every system, and that's cool and good. Should they be forced to do that? Is an interesting question. Because I'm generally of the view you can't trust companies to do moral things. Like, companies will do what is in their best interests financially, and the job of government is to legislate so that the financial best interests of businesses align to some degree with what is morally correct, or sort of best thing for humanity. Oh, I know you meant that. I'm an old Doom guy in every sense of the word. I prefer the old ones. Doom 2016 was great though. Any more? Oh, key. Okay. Now what? Got the yellow key, and find a place to put it, I suppose. Oh, we had that, there was that switch, wasn't there? That. Yeah, that was this, wasn't it? Up again, or? Huh? I don't know how this works. What am I meant to do with that? How does that help me? Ah! Love to see a non-profit that buys and gets all IPs and makes them public domain opens. Yeah, it would be cool, wouldn't it? We could have something like that. could do here. That was open a minute ago. You all saw it. This game's a bit too... Oh, hello. Fiddly. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, that was pointless. Like, it's clever design, but you're being too clever for your own good. Again, I wish to rip and tear, please. Please give me something to rip and also to tear. That would be lovely. Yeah, maybe. The center. I lifted the centre of the room up, and there was just like one platform I could... Keep getting around in circles here. And there was one platform I could go across, but then there was a big thing blocking me in the middle of the room, which I assume I need to find a way to get that way. Okay. Okay. We're back. Well, we're back. Okay, this room's cool. That one there, is there another one? Maybe that was it. Maybe that was the switch I needed. Wrong side, other side. Doesn't help that on both sides I've killed the Cacodemon in pretty much exactly the same place. Yeah, there you go. Now that bit there is not in the way anymore, so I can go over here. Go this way. Yeah. Yeah, when I was... I've got to go and do it all again now, haven't I? When I was first talking about possibly playing Doom 64, which was probably like at the start of this year when I played Doom 2, I was talking about what to do next. And I asked if I should play it OG or Night Dive port on PC or Switch or something. And consensus was play the OG. That's what we're doing. This was a community decision to be playing it with this thing. Let's find some health. I took a second to show you my controller and now I'm dying. Yeah, original hardware has definitely got something to it, right? Like, this definitely holds up better than almost any other Nintendo 64 game, really. Like, early 3D is... How do I get that? Early 3D is rough. This being sprite-based, like, really holds up incredibly well. Except for the controller. I love the Nintendo 64 controller, always have, but it is not good for this. Yeah, GoldenEye though. Have you played GoldenEye recently? Like, I have great memories of GoldenEye as well, but it has aged even worse than I have, and I apparently look like I'm 50. How do I get this? I want this. Or, like, to go anywhere. Good. Tell you what, I'm not super keen on level 6 either. Haven't found any health. I just have to go for it. Try the other side. That's where I came. Okay. 10 hit points. Rip Doom guy. Yeah. I did a GoldenEye video, which was, again, quite an early one on the channel. You can check it out if you want. And I wish it. I really wish it had aged well, but it simply has not. Cool. I think it's really good. I'm having a good time with it. This is the most I've played of it ever. I've got it on PC, and I'm currently playing it on a Nintendo 64. Okay. That was tense. That's so annoying. That's so annoying. There is a save system, but it's once per level. I haven't tried the recent 8-bit Do one. I've got I've got a Retro-Bit controller for the Nintendo 64 that's pretty good. But if you're playing Nintendo 64, I mean, you've got to put yourself through it. It's part of the experience. This game has a good reputation, but people who played it know how terrible the level design quickly becomes. The later levels are insufferable. Well, we'll look forward to that. No, I'm gonna press through with it, but I'm not expecting this to be the best Doom experience I've ever had. But it is still Doom. Still feels like Doom. The Nintendo 64 controller can't stop it feeling like Doom. And yeah, it's pretty good so far. The level design definitely could be better though. Like, this has some of the best combat encounters I think I've basically of any Doom so far. Like, the level layouts do make for some interesting encounters. The weapons feel beefier than any other Doom I've played. And I'm really enjoying that aspect of it. The sort of maze bits and trying to find my way around, like, not so much. The gamers will talk about crappy old hardware the same way alcoholics will talk about stronger spirits and wine. I ain't drinking this. Also, by the way, I went to one wedding in a Scottish castle and it turns out whiskey's good now. PC version. No question. There's some great player-made content, and seeing Doom 2 as a toolbox is a great way to see Doom 2 especially. The first time I ever played Doom was Doom 2, and what really got me wanting to play Doom 2 when it first came out was Simpsons Doom. Because I was a big fan of The Simpsons, and I saw Simpsons Doom, and I was like, I have to get Doom, and so I could play Simpsons Doom. Can't stream it. Copyrighted music all over the place. Good fun though. Very silly. Yeah. It sure is. Also for the eyes, it's incredibly garish. Very, very bright. Have we killed everything around here? I think we probably have now. I still don't know how to get that, so never mind. Okay. This way, and continue our adventure. Okay, you know what? I forgot there were guys in there. That's on me. Do that. Wrong side. Weapon switching on this is such a pain. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. Now, this room is the tricky room. There we go. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I would rather be playing this with a mouse, I think. If I was playing this for fun and not for content, I think I'd be playing this with a mouse. I'm fairly used to playing Doom with a controller, though. Dangerous. But like with a SNES controller, like one of these. These are good. Original Doom with a SNES controller is good times. Nintendo 64 controller is not so much. That didn't feel fair. Main menu. Password. Level 6. The dreaded level 6. The only controller I hated more than Nintendo 64 was the GameCube controller. That is controversial. Ow. Love playing with my 2002 GameCube controllers in 2025. Yep. I don't know. Like, what's not liking the GameCube controller? Sure. GameCube controller worse than Nintendo 64 controller is a take. I'd be interested to know what your reasoning is for that one. Oh, where's the guide? Isn't it the guide? Oh, there's a button I haven't pressed, isn't there? Press this button. Is it good for fighting? Is it good for fighting games now? This locks in. This locks in 8 directions as well. Not well. Oh, he's coming. Right. Okay, fine. I don't get the mythology around the GameCube controller. It's not one of the best controller. It's not like the best controller ever made or whatever. It's good, but it's not great. Much better stick than this one though, for sure. There, can I go there? Oopsie. Nintendo figured out sticks big time when it came to the GameCube. Sticks really good. Yep, that's pretty much my feeling on it. The C stick's not great. The big stick is really nice. GameCube, to be fair. But you know, I mean, you can't play Super Mario Sunshine with anything else, though, right? Like controlling FLUDD with the analog triggers and stuff is just so good. Yeah, I bet they do. I don't have the same reactions I used to. I'm still better at most games than my nephew, who is 9. How old are your kids, Michael? Oh yeah, like imagine a controller that's just like 2 massive game controller sticks. Like that's a good controller. Just with the rest of the layout being more sort of modern, I suppose. 14, okay, yeah. So I'm expecting that my nephew will start beating me at games like when he's probably about 12, 13. So I've got that to look forward to. So I've got a little one. I'll tell you what though, he already gives me a good game of Mario Kart. You don't have the aiming precision you need for this, like sniping with the rocket launcher over multiple levels, you know. I don't like that that imp can shoot me, but I can't shoot that imp. Okay, let's do the thing. Oh, that's really cool that you get to share Half-Life. Okay. I want that. Nope. Come on, not while I'm holding a rocket launcher. That's... And then what do we think? Do I just run across this bit and hope for the best then? Yeah. Like we're both about the same age, Michael, and it's that age where you sort of start to become aware that there will be things that you were really good at and you're just not. It's like it's 40s is when you sort of the decline begins, I think, isn't it? My experience? Yeah. Ain't elemental. It feels like it. Okay. Do we run for it then, gamers? Okay. We ran for it. Do we run back? Ah, no, we fell down. There's a ledge. Are we saved? Are we saved? Let me back onto something. No, we're just on a ledge. We're on 41 health. If we go down there, we get wrecked, don't we? Let's see where else we go, though. Pick up some goodies on the way down. I think it's got to be escapable, right? Because it's giving me so many goodies. Like, why would you have health down there? Cool. Just running around punching with the berserk, hoping for the best. Yeah, if there's no way out of here, why is there a medkit? Dark. Oh, okay. I found out how to scroll the map. Mappings for a SNES controller are D-pad to move, LNR to strafe, and then you've got like YBXA, however you feel, really. Select is the map. And I find that really comfortable, but I've played SNES Doom, so. But there are exactly enough buttons in Doom for it to be pretty comfortable on a SNES controller. I normally have X and A for switching weapons up and down. Surely there's a way out of here, surely. Yep, you're right. Thank you. That was the information I needed to find it, because if you look on these walls, there are these weird shadows, and extremely thin steps was the hint I needed to kind of put 2 and 2 together, so thanks for that. Are these open yet? Good, because I've earned some goodies. This one isn't, though. I feel like there's still more to discover in there, but we're not gonna. Why are there so many of you? Yeah, I'm okay with the design of that bit. As long as there's a way out of the pit, it's not really an issue for me, that's fine. Cool. Cheers, Dano. Secret 0. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm okay with the pit, honestly. It's tense, it's exciting, as long as there's some kind of route through it. I generally don't like scary games and jump scares and stuff like that. And being in the dark and stuff, but for some reason with Doom I've always found it okay. Don't know why. Certain self-confidence that comes from carrying a double-barreled shotgun, I guess. Huh? At least there it does tell you. It's to some degree what that switch does. Tricks and traps is alright. It's not too bad. Once you've done it once. Tricks and traps for me isn't really about the tricks or the traps. It's about the encounters, and there's some really good fights in there. Ooh, plasma gun. Aw. Boo. Hate video games. I usually give up around barrels of fun is correct. Have you seen my video about Doom 2? think we have very similar feelings about it. You might have said already if you haven't, if you already haven't. Yeah, like, I don't mean to disrespect Sandy Petersen, but I don't think he ever got the art of Doom levels down. I think that his texture work could have been better. Yep. Agree about that. The blood pouring down the screen thing is cool for sure. If you ever think, Bill, your aim is terrible, just remember this thing. I mean to disrespect Sandy Petersen. A couple of fan remakes of the OG Doom 2 levels in. With a more Duke Nukem feel. By that do you mean sort of more like actual spaces? Because Doom 2, like the Hell on Earth bits, was obviously trying to represent vaguely realistic like buildings and cities and stuff. It's not that the engine couldn't do it. Like more recent WODs have proven that it can do that perfectly fine if you're good at it. You're not the first person to say that. Go check the comment section on my Doom 2 video. Pretty much all why Sandy Petersen doing a review of Doom 2. Yay! I don't mind. Ow. Don't like it in there, not going in there. Bye. An invisible thing that killed me last time. And then we go this way. I'm like the good Sandy Petersen, or Sandy Petersen's like the evil Bill, like whichever way you prefer. I guess he was here first. I'm gonna tell my nephew this is Sandy Petersen. Yep. I agree with that. Ooh. Okay, it's back up, so I can go and get that goodie. Yay! Did I get a secret? Yay! Supercharge. I don't kill this guy, I'll probably come across him later, so let's do that. There. And go up here. Oh. I need a red key. You have a red key? Yellow key. Okay. Okay, so falling down there doesn't help. Those doors have Quake vibes as well, don't they, with the bars in front of them? Okay, something we're missing somewhere. There. Oh, hi. Won't being in here though. Oh, thanks so much, Nino. That's really kind of you. There is still a little bit more, hopefully a little bit more Japan content coming. It's just whenever I can arrange to meet up with Puka and do another video, because we only recorded 2 in-person ones while we were there. But there is more to talk about, so I'm hoping that we'll expand the Japan playlists. Thank you very much, and hope you enjoy watching more videos. Come back again. I'm probably going to finish fairly soon too. I just kind of want to finish this level. Oh, there's a button. Right, how do I get to that button? Can I shoot that button? Some buttons are shootable in this. I don't like. It's kind of inconsistent. Duke Nukem 3D has shootable buttons, but it makes clear which buttons are shootable. Better. Right. How can't I activate that? Looks like I should be able to activate that. Yep. Agreed. Like there was some I used to make levels for Duke Nukem 3D, and there were some buttons that were that it was just a property of the texture that it was shootable. Can't activate that anymore either. Can't activate any buttons anymore. What's going on? Yeah. It was much better, you know? Right, so let's have a look at this teleporter again. Aha! I have pressed an button. Hopefully that will do something. Yes, it did this. So I can get this. So I can't activate those yet. They need a red key, but I can go through this door. Okay, there's enemies here. That was quite a long sequence of nothing happening, wasn't it? Can't get through there yet. I want to know who designed the maps for this and why. Why were they allowed to? Am I supposed... I mean... Oh, thanks, Michael. That's very kind. Okay. Sneak along the edge there. The Japan videos didn't do well, but the people who like them, and that's really nice to see. But they didn't do numbers, but it's not always about that. Sometimes it's just about going to Japan with your best bud. Criminal levels of level design. Okay. Radiation shield. Okay, that's going to make it a little bit easier to move through here. Now this is again a thing about consistency, because these just opened the last time I saw them. I didn't have to do anything. Those ones don't open. It is possible to make some really good mazes with consistent level elements. Not everything has to be there to trick the player, you know? Is now open through here? Yeah. Now I can press this useless button that does something else somewhere. Alright, let's see if those buttons did anything useful to help us progress. Can we go through here yet? Yes, we can go through here now and press this button, and that will have made something else move somewhere else in the map, so let's go and find that. There's no more enemies, we've killed them all. Isn't Doom great? Yep, this door's not barred anymore, we can go through here. Now we've got the red key card, that's cool. Let's go back through here and see what the red key card does. The red key card lets us activate these switches that are up here. So let's activate this switch, and that does this guy. Okay, what else does that switch do? Anything? Okay, let's go through this. Oh, this is where we were before, this isn't useful. Oy. Yep. I bought an extra suitcase for this controller. Worth it. Okay, now the exit's open for some reason. Okay, yay! Yay! We figured it out. Listen, don't be sorry. You watch more recent videos in your own time, and you know. I missed a couple of nice comments, didn't I? While I was complaining about level design. Yeah, thanks, Michael. That's good. I think gamers, what's this level called? I don't like that kerning. But it does make the map sound more exciting than it probably is. The best part of Doom is blowing stuff up. The wandering about aimlessly is the stuff that you have to do in order to get to blow stuff up. So the wandering about in Doom exists for the same reason, I guess, that your evening meal can't all be chocolate, you know? Just only a little bit of it can be. The rest of it is peas. Yeah, Dan, you know, there's no need to apologise. I'm glad you're here for the stream. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos you're enjoying. There's no obligation. There is an obligation to join the channel and join the Patreon now. The lesson of the Retro Sofa is be yourself. It doesn't have to make sense, it's fine. I'm ending the stream, by the way. It's 10 o'clock here, and I've got stuff to do before I go to my silly little job again tomorrow. Now, some of you will have noticed I've not yet saved that now. That could have been bad, couldn't it? But no, we did save. So, listen, that was a really nice stream. I enjoyed that, and there will be more parts to Doom 64. I do intend to finish it. It was a lot of faff getting the tech set up for this one. I had to pull my original capture device. I had to pull my original SCART to HDMI thingy out of storage because my new one, the scaler, only supports RGB. And the graphics get really warped on this like rubbish SCART to HDMI thing I grabbed off Amazon when I started the channel. It was quite horrible, but with a lot of fiddling, I spent like 2 hours on it today. I managed to get it to display okay. So I could play Doom 64 on original hardware with the original controller. And that's the kind of thing you've got to put yourself through when you're a content creator. Thanks for coming, Dano. It was really fun having you, and thanks for chatting. Thanks everyone else for coming along, for interacting, and for joining me on the Retro Sofa and for making it such a good time. Really appreciate all of you, and have a good night. Take care. See you again soon. We'll be back on... Will it be on Sunday? I'm not back. I'm not here next Wednesday because I've got a work Christmas party. I've got a feeling I might not be able to do Sunday either. We'll see. I'll announce it. The announcements on YouTube will be accurate. And on Twitch I'll put myself in vacation mode or whatever it's called if I'm not. You'll find out. There'll be ways. Or we'll just do it another time. I'll just pop on and play more Doom 64. Who knows? Anything could happen. Until next time, thanks for coming. Bye-bye.